Hello, everybody. My name is Bennett Tchaikovsky, and welcome to another accounting video. So I'm going to be capping off today with our IVC 30 to CPA, our accounting courses that we're going to be offering this spring 2026. So my disclaimer and copyright notice is that the information and opinions of this presentation are those of myself and not my employers or affiliated organizations, including but not limited to Irvine Valley College and the South Orange County Community College District. This presentation is for educational purposes only and does not constitute any legal or accounting advice whatsoever. Now, also, I'm going to be referring to a lot of things in the presentation with regards to certain classes meeting different parts of to help you prepare for the CPA exam. If I mention anything about a class meeting an accounting subject, that is going to be completely at the discretion, ultimately, by the California Board of Accountancy. So let's go ahead and jump in on this. What is IVC 30 to CPA? Well, since 2009, we've been offering courses to assist students with meeting their educational requirements to become a CPA. Currently, the requirement is a bachelor's degree plus 30 semester units. However, that is going to be sunsetting at a particular time. I'm going to include a video link in the descriptions below. And there you go. So we are one of the top ranked community colleges in the United States. We're not going to be perfect, and I don't think anybody can be, but we do strive to do our very, very best. We have great faculty here with a lot of combined years of experience, and our desire is to give you the best practical accounting education possible so you will be successful in the workplace. And again, we are very, very grateful to our current and our former students who make this happen. Without our students, we would not be here. So I want to thank all of my current and former students for everything they've done to make our school what it is today. So what you should be doing right now, because the requirements are changing, you need to focus on sitting for the CPA exam. What does that mean? Well, you need to be within 6 months of getting your bachelor's degree. You need to have 24 semester units of accounting, 24 semester units of business subjects done, and then you can sit for the exam. Why do I not say the 150 right now? Because we don't know what the new requirements are going to be. Again, I'm going to include a video link in the description below so you can understand a little bit more why. If you need help, if you're not going to IVC, but you need help with mapping out your units for California, please feel free to send me an email to IVC30, send me IVC30 to CPA@gmail.com. Now, if you are going to register for classes here at IVC, these levels have already kind of gone through in past. Open registration happens on November 19th, 2025 for spring 2026. It is really important that if you're trying to get to an accounting class that you register as a student and put yourself on the wait list. We can help you get off that wait list, but you have to register soon. Do not delay. If you contact me before the semester starts in January, it's going to be very difficult to assist you. Now, certain of our classes have prerequisites. What exactly does that mean? Well, if I go to ivc.edu and I go to classes for my class schedule, I go to the spring class schedule, I look up accounting, and say if I come down over here, by the way, I want to apologize to all of you in advance. We switched systems without fully vetting it. It's been an absolute nightmare for our staff, faculty, and everybody else, but most of all, it's made our students' lives a lot more difficult. So we really appreciate your grace and forgiveness as we go through this system. And again, I want to apologize. So prerequisite. Like if you're going to take my accounting ethics course, basically you need to have taken accounting 1B or 1B honors, right? So if you took managerial accounting at another college, right, or you're trying to register for, say, intermediate accounting, right, or intermediate accounting 1 or 2, and you want to take those basically, you want to take the classes at IVC, you've got to clear the prerequisites. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to attach a video, but I'm also going to show you how to do it right now. You're going to go to this link right over here. And when you go to the link, which I will include below, you're going to come into this place where it says student forms. When I scroll down over here, I go to prerequisite placement clearance. I click on this, so you're going to register as a student. And remember, when you're getting registered as a student, make sure you are showing your California residency to get that 46 bucks a unit. But again, I would go through here and fill this out. And I would basically say, hey, this, and what's going to happen is if you took it at another four-year university, and if I've never cleared one of those before, it's going to come to me. I will try to approve it as quickly as possible. But make sure if it looks a little bit funky, include a syllabus, and that's what I would kind of go through and do. And we will work with you to clear the class. One of the things is as to why do we say you have to have taken financial accounting? For example, for intermediate. Well, in intermediate accounting, your first exam is generally going to be, can you prepare from an unadjusted trial balance? Can you prepare with adjusting entries noted? Can you prepare a multi-step income statement? Can you prepare a statement of retained earnings? Can you prepare a classified balance sheet? It's really important that you have a strong foundation. If you didn't have that strong foundation, we will work with you. I have a lot of materials that you can go through and use to get better, but that's how you go through and clear prerequisites. And again, it just takes the importance of a financial or managerial accounting really just depends upon the course you're trying to go through and take. So that is the prerequisite placement clearance. Again, the earlier you go through and do this, you can email me if you're on the wait list. Get yourself onto the wait list, send me an email message, and I can reach out to the instructor on your behalf. If it's myself, I'll do a little Harvey Dent and do a two-phase as co-chair of accounting, and then as a faculty member, and I'll see what I can do. There are certain classes such as 1B honors, 1A honors that have very tight wait lists. So it's just something you want to just kind of keep in mind. Okay. So let's go through our spring 2026 offerings. I'm going to go through the different courses, and then I'm going to basically be spending more time with you talking about what classes do I need to prepare for the CPA exam. With accounting 1A and 1B, we do not offer an option where you can take the class fully remotely. What does that mean? It means that you have to come in and take exams in person. Why do we require this? It's because when we hold our advisory board meetings with area colleges involved, what we have heard from them is our students transfer very successfully to those four-year universities. So as a result of that, we mandate in-person testing for accounting 1A and accounting 1B. So we do have online options for those classes, but you have to basically take the exams in person. So when you come over to the schedule of classes, example over here for accounting, let's find this over here. So if you come over here, basically for accounting for spring 2026, if you come over here, basically for accounting 1B, or I should say this is accounting 1B. And if you come over here and you basically go ahead and you look at this, you basically look at the details of this. And what I kind of go through and see is that, well, basically this class is online, but basically over here you will have to attend mandatory orientation on these particular dates. So that's what's absolutely knowing that for these online classes. And again, I'm kind of stressing this to you. It's not to get you to drop the class. It's just really for transparency. Two of the most important classes to take FAR, and I'll talk about this shortly, Intermediate Accounting 1 and 2. Intermediate Accounting 2 is offered in person on Monday nights. It's a great class. I promise you, if you take that, it's taught by Professor Bradshaw, who's a CPA, has been doing it for a long time. That is a very critical class for passing FAR. And you can watch a video where I go through the different sections on FAR. If you have to learn that stuff on your own without taking this class, it's going to be very difficult. Professor Tannenbaum is going to be offering Intermediate 1 via Zoom on Wednesdays from 7 to 8:50. And then we've got QuickBooks, payroll, accounting, and taxation. Now, note over here for QuickBooks, payroll, accounting, and taxation, these classes are not going to help you directly prepare for the CPA exam, but they do count as accounting units in the eyes of the California Board of Accountancy under the current standards. Remember, when it comes to the CPA exam, I'll also link this below about the new requirements, is that you need 24 units of accounting, 24 units of business, and then basically be within 6 months. And that's to sit for the exam. The new licensing standards have not been let up. But the reason why when you hear me kind of differentiate between different classes is that when you take QuickBooks, this is going to help you in your career, but it's not necessarily going to help you directly prepare for the CPA exam. So then we get into our other offerings, individual income taxation, which will be offered on Monday nights from 7 to 9:50, business taxation on Tuesdays from 7 to 9:50, tax policies and procedures Wednesdays from 7 to 9:50, international income tax 2 via Zoom from 7 to 9:50. That is an amazing class. It's being taught by someone who trained revenue agents from the IRS. Bookkeeping class, accounting ethics, which is fully online. It's a class I teach. It's asynchronous, meaning that there are no live lectures. Accounting 262, which is external financial reporting and corporate social responsibility. That's also an online class. And then we end up with auditing financial statements. And that again I'll get to that in a moment where that's applicable for the CPA exam. Now there's CIM classes that are cross-listed with accounting, most notably accounting 112.1, 112.2, as well as some data analytics courses. Now, if you take them as CIM with the Board of Accountancy presently, they will count that as a business subject. In order for you to have it potentially count as an accounting subject, you have to take the class as a CCT. So that's pretty much it. Why is the accounting 112.1, 112.2, why is Excel so important with spreadsheets? Is because it is you can use spreadsheets on the CPA exam. Okay, so now here's the good stuff. If I am preparing for the CPA exam, and again, I have a video series I just made, but this is going to make it applicable to what we're doing here at IVC. The two primary courses you need to make sure you take are going to be Accounting 202A and Accounting 202B. Those are the most important classes really for both FAR and BAR. Secondary, I do have some parts of this which are included there's some parts of this which you're going to find on the FAR portion of the exam, but again, these are the two primary. This is like thirdly. These are the two key components for the CPA exam. Under regulation, the two classes that are going to have the most impact is going to be Accounting 206A, 207A, or either business and individual income taxation. As a secondary class, you could also take tax policies and procedures. For auditing and attestation, basically this is an online class. Secondary, there are some things with corporate social responsibility you'll find under audit, but again, it's not going to be very significant. We do not have any classes offered this semester. It would usually be Accounting 275A, but again, because it's a little bit more of a discrete class. We are driven by enrollments, and so that's why we appreciate you so much as a student. If you were not taking classes here, we couldn't offer these courses. One of the things I do want to mention to you is that when you look at these classes, when they say via Zoom or they're live in person, it's for a very important reason. These classes in particular are very difficult to take asynchronously, like accounting ethics or corporates, external financial reporting and corporate social responsibility. They're very, very difficult to go through and to take basically in person. To do it asynchronously, doing it fully online. You need that in-person contact. And both for individual tax and for, and obviously being in person would be the best thing, but we know that many of you are working and it's very, very difficult to get onto the campus at night because some of you are taking classes all over California. Again, we appreciate you. And so what we try to do is to offer as many of these classes online or via Zoom as much as we can. Auditing is a fully asynchronous course. It's taught by Deanna Bowden, who is currently a partner at Clifton Larson Allen here in Irvine. And then lastly, we've got tax compliance and planning, which is really kind of an extension of regulation. So those are the classes that will kind of go through and help you prepare for the various different parts of the CPA exam. Remember, and also over here, bar, again, it's kind of a repeat of what we just saw over here. And one of the other things too is about being at Irvine Valley College. One of the things we have available to you is a Canvas group called IVC 30 to CPA, and I'm just going to take a moment to show that to you. Okay, under IVC 30 to CPA, what we have for our students is that this is kind of a repository. So anytime someone sends over a job, like a job opening, we're posting it on IVC 30 to CPA. And one of the things we will go through and do is we also have had basically pre-meet the firms meetings, and basically right over here, we have recordings of me interviewing with students, different area accounting firm recruiters. You can learn how to recruit by watching these videos. Other things over here is that if you go through and if you sign up, one of the things you're going to get is you're going to get a personalized Google Sheet, whereby, and I will also provide this for you, whether or not you're in IVC 30 to CPA. But if I come down over here and look at so one of the things I'll be providing for you is I basically will have, like right over here, you will list out all of your classes. I will then basically sort it for you and then essentially go through and complete your mapping. So just give me one more moment. So once you're in this group, you're going to basically have access to a variety of different resources. We have sample resumes. We have artificial intelligence applications to help you with your resume, although you always got to be careful with AI. There's a lot of different things that are here to basically go through and to help you get that CPA license. So again, we're here to help you to become a CPA. If you're not an IVC student, I will provide that mapping for you at absolutely no cost. But that's what you're going to go through and do to join IVC 30 to CPA. If you're part of our sister college, Saddleback, you can also join, but you have to have an IVC or a saddleback.edu email address. There is no cost to you to join IVC 30 to CPA. Rather, you just have to go through and accept it into the Canvas shell. So again, as part of being an IVC and part of being in this group, basically you'll get a mapping of your courses against the Board of Accountancy requirements. And pretty much we do everything through this. So if you're a regular student in the class, what you're going to find is that you're not going to get, I don't make blasts out about job openings to everyone that's taking an accounting class. You have to be part of this group. So one last thing I'm going to kind of mention here is that we are going to be having CPA review course scholarships. Hopefully going to be in the spring. We're kind of doing the finalization on that. We'll be announcing that soon. One of the things I will share with you is that in order to apply for the scholarship, you have to have a notice to test from the California Board of Accountancy. So that's what's going on. And I want to thank you for being with me here today. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any feedback, feel free to send it to me at ivc30tocpa@gmail.com. And I look forward to seeing you on future videos. Have a great day.